Hello, I'm going to take you through how to complete the coordinates project that we had. First, I'm going to go to Paint, show you something real quick. This is our XY grid, this being X, this being Y. And our coordinates are approximately right here, 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 and there's two of them down here. This isn't exact, but it's close. Okay, first of all, when you're using your pen tool, you're not going to have the pen down and go to your first point before you start drawing your hexagon. Okay. Before you start drawing your pentagon, I'm sorry about that. You're going to have your pen up, and then you're going to go to the first point and put your pen down. Once you put your pen down, then you're going to go and draw your pentagon. This is an ugly looking pentagon. And as you can see, this is the first point I went to right here. This is the second point. This is the third point. This is the fourth point. This is the fifth point. And if I stopped right here, I'd have an open side right here. So I had to go all the way back up to the first point, and that would be the sixth point that I stopped at. Now I need to draw my star on the inside. When I draw my star on the inside, I'm pretty much going to go 2 points over every time. So I'll go from 6 to 3. So this is going to be my 7th point. If I go 2 points over, I'll go to 5. And this would be my 8th point. And if I go 2 points over, be the 2. And this would be number 9. If I go 2 points over, down to 4, that's going to be 10. As you see, it's not quite complete yet. So I'll go 2 more points over, back to 6, and this would be my 11th point. Okay, now that I got all this, I can close this and I can open up Scratch. Now we got Scratch open. We're just going to use the cat that's up there, nothing fancy, and we're going to shrink it down some. Okay. Go to our stage, backgrounds, import, and we're going to choose the XY grid. Okay, we got that. We're going to go back to our cat and go to script. And like always, we pull out a start. So we need to start somewhere. And close this up some. Okay. Now let's look at find our coordinates. Bring over in Moto, go to 30, go to month, come down to coordinates, which was due on the 10th. Click on that, and it gives us the information we need. Okay. Create one sprite, place it on either a blank background or the XY coordinates or XY grid coordinate background. You will then have to draw a pentagon using the pen tool from the palette and the following coordinates. Once the pentagon is complete, your sprite will then draw a star inside of the pentagon. And you should repeat this action 10 to 20 times, and then you will return to the coordinate 0, 0 without leaving a trace how you got there. Okay, these are the coordinates right here. 150, 30, 0, 125, negative 150, 30, 100, negative 100, negative 120, and 100, 120. So we're going to use these coordinates right there. Okay, let's go to, we're not going to use the go tool, we're going to use the pen tool. We're going to use the glide tool, So we're going to start off by grabbing the clear, putting it up there, and then we want to have our pen up. And then go to motions, and we want to glide to our first coordinate. Our first coordinate was 150.30. And we're just going to glide 1 second to our first coordinate. And then we're going to grab a whole bunch more glides out of there. Duplicate them. Okay. Our second coordinate was 0 and 125. Our third point was negative 150, 30. Our fourth point was negative 100. Negative 120. Next point was 100. Negative 120. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. So take these off, put them down here, and if we connect all these together, we can see that it goes to all the points. So now we want to go back to the pen tool, and we want to set our pen color. Okay, every color has a number, so we want to use this right here so that we can change the colors as we go. So go to your operator, grab a pick random. Instead of having just one color 0, we're going to keep changing our color from 1 to maybe the first 300 colors. So right now, every time through it's going to change colors. It's going to change colors. So if you click on that, missing something. Go back to pen, and let's put our pen down after our first coordinates, after we got to our first point. And you see right here, it didn't finish. So we need to grab another one, and we need to go back to that first point again, which is 150.30. Now if we hit it, we see we're going to all our points. Now we want to draw our star. So instead of filling in this again, bring this down on the top one, duplicate it, and then attach it again. Okay, our first point we wanted to go to was over here. Our next point we want to go to was over here, which was 7. And that was negative 150.30. Click it. Our next point should have been right here, which should have been 100 and negative 120. Our next point should have been up here, which should have been 0, 125. Our next point should have been right here, which should have been negative 100, negative 120. And then our last point should have been our starting point. There we go. Now, I told y'all I needed to just repeat this 10 to 20 times. So go to grab control, grab a repeat, and let's just leave it at 10 for right now. Because we're testing it, let's put it at 1 because we want to wait for it all to go all the way through. And then I told y'all we wanted to go back to the 0, 0 without leaving a trace. So we finished doing everything inside here. Let's go back to pin, go pin up, put it at the bottom, and then let's go back to 0, 0. Now let's see what this looks like. And it went back to 0, 0 without leaving a trace. Now the last thing you need to do is grab a bunch of these little randoms right here, duplicate it. And each one of them randoms needs to be placed in between each one of these. So each time through, it'll change colors. And that's all to it. Turn this in, get a 75, and then we'll move on from there. Have a good day.